The 14th and 15th Amendments to the U.S. Constitution, which guaranteed citizenship rights to all African Americans and voting rights to African American men, was ratified by the U.S. Constitution and included the votes of Southern states. However, during the Jim Crow era, most African Americans or blacks in the South lost these voting rights. Due to the federal government's lack of enforcement, Southern states, including Georgia, established many laws that prevented blacks and poor whites from voting. Poll taxes were established in 1877. Poll taxes required a tax to be paid in order to be eligible to vote. Many blacks at the time, as well as poor whites, could not pay the tax and were therefore unable to vote. This fee was often waived for poor whites. However, poor blacks were denied the right to vote because of the lack of payment. White primaries were established in 1900. The Democratic Party at this time dominated Georgia. Because of this, most political decisions took place during the primaries. The white primary excluded African American or blacks from voting, which meant they did not get to take part in important political decisions. Literacy tests, established in 1908, prevented African Americans or blacks from voting due to substandard education in the South for both poor blacks and whites. Many Georgians could not read or write and could not pass these tests in order to vote. Some whites were passed by polling officials to allow them to vote, though others were not. However, many educated blacks were told that they still failed the test and were unable to vote. The grandfather laws lasted from 1890 to 1910 and allowed some poor white citizens the opportunity to vote while continuing to deny the right to African Americans or blacks. These laws usually said that if a person's father was able to vote before the Civil War, then so could they, without paying a poll tax or taking a literacy test. The law in some states also said that if a person's grandfather fought in the Civil War, they could vote as well. Through these methods, along with many others, disenfranchisement of African Americans was almost totally complete by 1900 in the state of Georgia.